All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's see if we can get to 4,000 by the end of the month, July. Only about 100 away. Can we get to 4K? Let me know. Also, come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyway, let's get into it today. So markets here with another kind of a grind fest again. Take a look here, and we're just stuck. I mean, look at this. So we went up here. We talked about possible little mini cycle date. We're looking for a pullback, and we've kind of done that. But look at this. I mean, with the exception of Tuesday and, from a few weeks ago, so Tuesday the 20th, and obviously last Friday, this is it. So we've just been stuck here. Now, we have done enough now. We have done enough consolidation to go higher if the market wants to. We have catalysts tomorrow, too. We have Jerome Powell. He's going to be in Portugal, though. So it's going to be a central bank, they're going to high five each other and pat each other on the back. I don't think they're going to talk monetary policy. They should put out a statement beforehand. I'll check Zero Hedge. They usually are pretty well on top of it. But I don't think they're going to talk monetary policy. So I wouldn't worry about that. But we do have jolts. So job openings. We also have, I think that's it. And then Wednesday, we've got mortgage, ADP, mortgage data. We got jobless claims, all that stuff, because we are closed Friday. So my analysis right now, as you guys know, still looking neutral to upside until proven otherwise. And I'm still, based on everything, all the work I've done, we should, hit 5,600 at some point here in the summer. So I'm expecting another trend leg up. The timing of it, again, I told you by 4th of July, I think we start to push up. Take a look here. Volume, very light, 27 million shares. We got 15 minutes left. So, there will be a little uptick here, but we're probably not going to crack 40 unless we get a big block to go off at the end of the day, which could happen. We do have end of quarter. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a bid. Today is historically, for the last 20 years, 90% of the time an up day and 13-year streak of wins on the first day of July. First 2 weeks of July are also very bullish historically as well. We're also coming into a period where, again, holiday volume, right? And we're gonna have starting in by the end of this week pre-OPEX flows. So you're gonna see Vanna and Charm pick up. You're gonna see dealer buybacks pick up. This is why I keep saying bears got to do damage now. You're running out of time, and we've hit 5450. I think I've counted 11 times or so. You can make case 60, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times, 12 right here if you want to count this. And they have the, yields. Look at the ZB today, getting absolutely destroyed. I mean, this is just an absolute beatdown. That's the 30-year right now, up 3.1%, the yield. Look at the dollar yen. I mean, this market should be crashing, right? And it's not. Bears are having a lot of trouble keeping it down. That's why I think the path of least resistance here is up. So that's the market's way of talking to you. When the market can just shake off macro like that, it's not something you want to get in front of. So again, we'll see what we get here going into tomorrow. But jobs data, we'll see if that's the catalyst. It does look like a few hedges have been kind of going on here, but for the most part here, we are pretty much pinned. But we have consolidated enough to move if they want it. Got to get above 5,500. We already tried that on Friday, came back, and now we're just trying to build another base for another advance. If we, by some chance, do break 5,450, you will have some support at 25. These are just intraday level, and that's already marked there. I'm just going to get rid of it so it doesn't make our daily chart confusing. But there will be a little bit at 25 and 54. Max move, I think, right now in the short term is 53.75, we'll say. I don't see us going through that. And if we do, I think, especially if we're into the non-farm payroll number on Friday, I do like the long side here, risk-reward wise. Speaking of Friday, there will be no video, just so you guys know. I will be traveling. So put that in your calendar. I'll remind you of that later in the week. Anyways, triple Qs here, up 0.5% on the day. Apple with a pretty good showing, up 2.7. Microsoft with a good rebound, about to make a new all-time high there. And Meta did back off a little bit, but everybody's got to talking about Tesla here. And again, this is why I talked about this a few weeks ago. I said, if Nvidia backs off, who could catch up? Elon's got it covered. Elon's got you covered here. So they do have deliveries tomorrow. It is backing off the highs, and a lot of the time when you pierce a 200 MA, sometimes they'll come back down. But really good showing here for Tesla right now. This also triggered, I know there's a crap load of lines on here. We did hit through the gap fill. I'll get rid of this. But we did trigger an inverse head and shoulder last week, technically. And there's your target for that. So around 250. There's also this other trend line right here to watch for. And then above that, you got this big level at 275. But then that's on breakout after that. So, but Tesla taking over here. Also strong today was financials here, up 7 cents on the XLF. In fact, if it wasn't for, believe it or not, Berkshire, banks were actually pretty good here. Bank of America up 0.5%. Wells had a good day, up 1 3/4. Citigroup flat to negative, but Goldman up 2.5. Bull flag breakout there. Morgan Stanley breaking out up 2%, and JPM was strong all day long. New all-time high. So there's your kind of rundown of the market here. Again, you know the levels there on SPX. QQQ 482 short-term resistance. That's an intraday level. Above that, repair some of the damage. Excuse me, and then 484 is your next big level. IWM backing off today. But I'm watching this trend line here. That's where we kind of went to intraday today. And I know this backed off today, but this can recover pretty quickly, I think. And we're inside of this wedge now. Let me fix that. Fix these lines up here. Right about there. And it's getting pretty tight. That's the RTY, not the IWM, just so you know. Also a weighting change on this, remove some of those semiconductors there. Diamond up 37 cents. This is bullish consolidation here for a move higher. SMH here down 56 cents, but it came way off the lows. And you can see, obviously, NVIDIA rallied all the way back. By the way, take a look at volatility, just getting pounded here. So a lot of put selling going on. IGV up another 43 cents. Red to green day. Down early and then rallied right back up. So again, I continue to maintain, I continue to be on the IGV and IWM, the IGV train here. And I think this is going a lot higher. So cloud, very good sector here to take over for chips. Transport's backing off today, but overall, I'm going to close inside of yesterday's candle. But again, it did back off of that 100 MA. It's still got some work to do. Might need to consolidate a little bit. You got some resistance up here. But chart looks a lot better than it did 2 weeks ago. All right, there's Bitcoin. We got to talk about Bitcoin too. But yields today, again, 2-year up. Now, here's the thing that everyone's going to talk about. Look at the yield curve. So 2s and 10s, big surge here to the upside. Is this getting ready to uninvert? It could be. Even the 3-month 10-year, finally, it's only inverted by 88 basis points now. But we've had this tease a bunch of times. Remember, everybody's, oh, here it comes, and then it comes back down. Oh, it's going to uninvert. Right, so they keep teasing it, and it doesn't happen. What do I think? Yeah, I think it's probably about to uninvert. But no, it doesn't mean it happens in a straight line, but you get what I mean. I mean, we're getting close to it. What does that mean? It means the Fed can cut. That's one. The market may like that in the near term as well. In the big picture, that's something that could actually get me bearish down the line, though. I don't think it's going to really affect things in the short term, though. But again, we'll continue to monitor that as things develop. Again, 5-year, we talked about this pattern here. Bear pennant failure. 10-year, bear flag failure. Probably going to 4.6. 30-year, bear flag failure. And we're probably going up to this area here. Again, trend line retest. We'll see if that gets hit tomorrow. Again, we have jobs data coming up. It's not a coincidence that these things are lining up. So keep an eye on those factors there. XHB on the weaker side. Again, I told you guys I don't like XHB, and it's continuing to go down. So very simple, right? Lower highs, right? That's all you got to look at sometimes. Lower highs broke this trend line here, and it's definitely on the weaker side. Now, can this firm up? Yeah, of course it can. Could this turn into? This is what you got to watch and anticipate. Could this turn into something like that? Right? There's nothing to say it can't. So just keep these things in mind. Don't get too bearish or bullish in either direction. But right now, it is breaking down. We noted those lower highs. I said avoid this sector, and that's been the right call so far. There is a little support at 97. Your better levels down here around 94, 95. There you got the 200. You've got this old trend line. You got the 50-week moving average, and then this big pivot breakout right here. So right down in this area, I think that's a really good area for XHB. You can see here, there should be some support right here, but you also consolidated with lower highs. So I think it can break through that if it wants to. Doesn't mean it has to. It might just hold up for a day or two and then go lower. But XHB on the weaker side. The NQ weak as well, but it came off the lows. And again, this paid a dividend, so it's a little skewed. IYR and XLRE are still okay. So weakness in housing right now is more so limited to home builders as opposed to the whole, REITs and everything else, at least for now. So I still think REITs are holding up okay. XLF we talked about up 6 cents. Nothing really wrong there. KRE down 21 cents, but not a terrible day, right? After a monster surge yesterday, or Friday rather, a spinning top, that's not a bad candle at all. There's nothing wrong with that. KBE, essentially the same thing. And broker dealers continuing to be on breakout. So banks strong, that's a good sign. Oil continuing to run here. Does this get interesting as a short at 84 or higher? Possibly, yeah, it does. Is it a slam dunk? Not exactly. I have to see what it looks like tomorrow morning. We are above this trend line though. So good move there for oil. I don't think it's going to go too much higher. So unless something changes, there's some geopolitical stuff that changes that I don't know about. I don't see it going too much higher. By the way, Microsoft is about to make new all-time highs. It just did. So Microsoft really pushing up here as we get into that. I'm going to take you guys into the close too, because we're having some. This is beginning of quarter here, and this is why it's so bullish historically, because you get that Q2 new money that has to be recollateralized. So we'll watch the close there. But anyway, crude here inching up. I think a little bit above 84 could be some resistance. We'll see. After that, 86. XLE with a decent day up 12 cents. I like this pattern here. I know this line is in the way, but you got a bullish inside bar there. If that can do a little bit more consolidation, I think that's going higher. And the same thing on XOP, same pattern, and OIH. Even though OIH was down today, it's not terrible. It's just a sloppier pattern. CCJ bouncing here, still strong on the weekly. URNM bouncing, still strong on the weekly. NJ, I still think wants to test 23. Nat gas got roasted today, but I do like it down in this level now. So I think it's getting, I did initiate a little starter position in it. I'm looking for a bounce, nothing more. Could it get down into 240? It's possible, sure. But you're starting to get brutally oversold at this point. Dollar index was really strong today. Again, red to flat, but it was green at one point. Look at this big sell and then huge reversal. So the dollar remains strong, but trust me when I say there's a ton of resistance right here. So it's not going to go through that right away. It's going to take some time. But dollar is holding up though. Gold relatively quiet here, and I actually like that. As somebody looking to go long gold, possibly later this summer, nobody cares about gold anymore. That's good. That's how I want it. I don't want it when everybody is pumping gold every single day, every YouTube video, FinX or FinTwit, whatever you want to call it. Gold, 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 gold to the moon, gold to the 5,000, gold to 20,000. That's when you want to be a seller, right? And now nobody cares. Now it's starting to get more interesting, and the weekly is still fine. Silver is still fine. I think a little bit more backing and filling. over the next couple of weeks will do it. Platinum backing off here, palladium holding up okay. Those are still okay. Then copper here getting a bounce. I still would like it a little bit lower though. But metal's starting to get a little bit more interesting here. Bitcoin, watch this level here, 63,316, because that is an inside bar high. I told you guys last Friday, if it goes lower, I don't see it going that much lower. But I also said watch for this 618. Oh, look at where it went to, right to the 618. Fake print, if I'm not mistaken, or was it a real print? I'm not sure. But either way, it held, and it's going higher. But if the bears defend 316 by 8 o'clock tonight, it's still inside bar technically. But you close above that, this should squeeze up. So Bitcoin, very good price action. By the way, Mara on breakout. Right? So I've been talking to you guys about this, the Bitcoin equities. Mara on breakout, CLSK with a very, very good update. Coinbase inching up nicely. Take a look at Wolf. Power move. Actually, I got this drawn in on my other charts here. Market's closed in 15 seconds, by the way. Look at this pattern here. Weekly wedge, and then it just blew through that resistance, the weekly resistance. That's a squeeze right there. So Wolf up, Hut, Hive, all having good days here. MSTR is the only one that kind of lagged. But Bitcoin's still holding up well. ETH up 3% too. So let's see here. Oh, we got a pop into the close. Yeah, a little pop into the close. Volatility getting hit. Again, a lot of money getting recollateralized today. And markets are green. So not even a ton of volume either. So when I say this, I'm not kidding. Big money will be in the Hamptons by tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday, unless a macro bomb goes off. So volume's going to dry up, and it's going to be really difficult for sellers. That's why I talk about this time period, and that's why I said the bears need to do damage here. And we've just consolidated through time as opposed to price. So I think markets are ready here for a move if they want it. And again, we're shaking off terrible macro right now. Yen is in free fall. Yields are ripping higher on the long end. And this market is not coming down. That is a sign not to fight this. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.